Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers, where today, off camera, I've done a little bit of loading up of the machine here. Um, Hello? Okay, there we go. Took a minute to load there, but I am bringing all of this down to the new base. I don't know why this is taking so long, but we're going to be tanking all of this down to the new base. So, we should be good to fly. Alright, the world's just taking a minute to load, and I don't exactly know why. So you know what? Let's get out of here. Also, fun fact for those who are curious, I have now run out of battery on my respawn pod. I don't know what exactly that's gonna mean, other than that I'm gonna need a lot of silver and fast, because I cannot recover HP right now. I got attacked by some dogs off camera, and this is gonna be something I need to rectify quickly. But I need some silver for that. I need enough to make one more medical comp. But I do want to make a truck that's going to be easier to maneuver around. One that's bigger, that isn't going to be like the scouter ship. It's going to have a lot of storage, and it's going to be a real truck. But first we need to get stuff set up over here at the ice base. So I'm carrying as many things as I can over here to the ice base to see what we can build and get started with. Now, I don't have a charging setup over here yet either. That might be something I should get, because it is charging slowly, but maybe getting some more drills going would be on the agenda. Alright. I'm not liking the look of that battery life. We are chewing through power. It's probably because of just how full the ship is. But let's get over there and drop off all the stuff. So I'm bringing a lot of plates, I'm bringing a lot of girders, I'm bringing a lot of... what else? I got a few metal pipes on me. Let's start heading down. Alright. We are swiftly approaching the ground. Good to know. Alright. This should be a good place to pull up for a second. Alright. So we're a couple kilometers off. We should be able to make it with the battery charge I've got on me. Alright. Let's slow our roll a bit. Keep an eye below us as we slowly slow down. Alright. I don't okay, there it is. I thought the base was going to be around here somewhere. Alright, so I'll get moving sideways. And alright. Let's start heading downwards. And try to land this thing without crashing it. Because I did spend a lot of parts on this, and I have no way back to the base if I don't land this. Is there meteors here? Hold on. Did a meteor strike happen here on the ice sheet? Or am I just imagining things? Let's try to land over here close to this edge of the base. Ah, jeez, that scared me. I got spooked by the sudden clank. Alright. And... safe. Safe. Alright. Turn off everything. Now, let's get building. So I did bring enough steel plates to hopefully finish this off, as well as enough steel plates and interior plates to make a storage system, so I can start bringing all the rest of the crap here. So, cargo... Oh, I already had it in my thing. Alright, so this I don't have any interior plates on me because I dropped them all off in here. But I need to go and check those crater holes to see if any of them are silver. Because I'm to the point where I desperately am in need of something to heal me. Alright, let me plop this down. Dump what I can into there. Alright, need more interior plates, construction comps, motors, etc. Alright. I don't know why the drill is like a global sound, because I can hear it for a while away. Alright. Load this up. Alright. That should be all that. Need metal grids, small steel pipes, motors, displays, and computers. Alright. So, grids. Need small steel pipes. I need motors. I need a display also. Alright. Display and computers. Then I can move everything from here into there. So, display and computers, and that should be all. I don't like needing to use the thrusters to get up here right now. So I'm probably going to make a really quick ramp upwards so I can get up here. I think it's under light armor block. Yeah, light armor slope. So that, I need more steel plates, of course. But because we don't really have a parking spot yet, this is just going to be temporary. Alright. Once I have a parking spot, I can probably just, park the ship and call it a day. Just go from where I parked. Alright. So now I can start dumping crap into here, which is going to make things infinitely easier. Oh no. Don't hit me, please. I just finished building this. Where are they coming from? Alright, they're coming from that way. There's only one. I do need to check all of those for any silver. Oh crap, there's more of them. Okay. Looks like we're safe for now. Mostly. Jeez, that was way too close for comfort. Okay. Toss all that in there. I guess I could check those for the silver once I'm done loading up the storage unit here. I really hate how loud that thing is. But it is very, very helpful to have around. I will give the mod devs that. It is an extremely useful piece of tech. I just dislike how loud it is. Alright. So we've got 15,000 liters of storage. So that means that we can probably start moving all of these steel plates over. So that's all the plates there. Now I'm out of thump range. I'm still going to probably use this a little bit. Because we do have a literal hydrogen generator back there. How is that generating, by the way? It's making. Alright. How's the battery looking? Fully charged. Alright. Not the thump. This is why I built the base so far away. But either way, now we have a livable place. I just need to figure out how I'm going to get back here if I somehow lose my ship. Because currently I still respawn all the way back there at base, which is bad. So I'm going to really quickly check these. Cobalt, not what I'm here for. What's over here? What's over here? Hello, you are nothing. Good to know. There's ice. No duh. We're on an ice flat. How about over here? I did see another one fall right here. It'd be really ironic if there was an ice meteor. Okay, yep. I think this one was just ice. Speak of the devil. Alright. There's a few more over here. I don't... I really hope at least one of these is silver. Come on. Be silver. There's iron over there in that one. What about you? Silver? Hello? There's ice. That is indeed ice. Iron. Yep, that's iron. How about over here? Anything from this one? This silver. Yes! Okay. Gimme, gimme. I need just enough to make another medical comp. Gimme, 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 gimme. You only giving me 7 pieces? Come on. There's gotta be more in here somewhere. There's a whole damn meteor. Right? Come on. Damn it. Fine. Okay. 7 is more than I had earlier, so that's good. Platinum, not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm still crouching. Alright. Can I just get... Now, that one was iron, right? Yeah, that one was iron. Alright. I could check some of the ones closer to the house. There seems to be one over there on the side of the ice flat, I think. So I'll check that one real quick, and then we're heading back to collect more stuff. And hopefully, I have enough stuff to make one last medical comp. I don't recall the recipe for it. So, you are ice. Alright, there seems to be at least one here and one over there. What are you? More ice. Wow. And platinum. Okay. Yeah, this was not a good. Huh. Alright, this one has more ice. Wow. It's almost like the ice is attracted to the ice. Who would have thunk? Alright. Enough of that. Let's go and get back, see if I can refine this. I think that's what I need to do. Or do I just need normal silver? Or do I need to refine this? I don't know. I haven't worked with too much silver, so... Power on the ship. And we can fly on back to base. Because now we're infinitely lighter by... I think that's 20,000 kilograms of crap that I was carrying. So we should be able to easily make it home. And off camera, I did deconstruct the Scout. So, for those who are wondering why it's not showing up, I probably started on it last video. I can't even recall what I did last episode. But you know what? It's gone now. I brought all the pieces back to base. So it is now... It's safe in a crate somewhere. So I'll get this back, get it charging real quick, and see if I can't make a quick medical comp. So I can finally make a medbay room. So if I can finally make a medbay, that means I can respawn at the new house. And that is going to be amazing. So that means no more needing to trek back and forth. Well, if I die, that is. Which, I'm going to be honest here, I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. Alright, so let's get over there. But this also means that we'll now have a little bit more freedom to build more ships down there. Now that we're in the ravine and not threat of falling into the ravine. Alright, we're a few kilometers off base. And we should be coming in for landing shortly. Alright. I am really happy with how this ship turned out. I will still probably remove the big storage thing on top for ease of flight later on, because it does significantly shorten the battery life when it's carrying that much. Alright. And come to a sliding stop here in a second. And there's base. Alright. Now I can go ahead and start coming on down. Hopefully not hit the solar flower. That would suck. But it looks like we're good to go. Alright. Let us glide on in here. It's almost like a flying piggy bank. Alright. Coming on in for a nice landing. Alright. And that should work. Let's get out and check. Alright. Whew. Need to bring it a little further down. And rotate. Alright. That looks good. Attach. You're good. So power down. Need to see if this is enough stuff to make the medical comp. Come on. I need silver ingots. I'm just barely short, so maybe it'll work. I mean, let's turn on the refinery and see what we can get. Oh, probably I'm going to remove the cobalt real quick. So let's put the silver into the refinery. Or not, hello? Oh wait, is it because I turned the refinery off? I think it is. Let's turn it on. Should start processing the silver, right? Nope, it's processing cobalt. Alright. It should be able to process the silver, right? Oh wait. Was it the basic refinery, or was it the big refinery that was doing the silver? I don't know, I'm going to remove the cobalt so it stops doing that. Alright. So now that that's done, can I dump this directly into the refinery? No. Why can't I? Wait. Did it eat up one of them? How the hell did I get these other... Oh wait, no. Why isn't it refining? Do I need a normal refinery for that? Or is it something else? Oh no. Okay, I might need to make an actual refinery at the new base before I can refine those. Ooh, that's gonna suck. How much for a normal refinery is the question. Refinery, the normal one. It's a ton of steel plates. Okay. We might have enough for it though. So let's get the ship loaded up and get the solar flower in, because it's already turning night. So let's get loaded up with what we can for now. I'm just going to try to extract as much as possible and then toss it all up here into the ship. Alright. Normally I'd wait for day in this situation, but we're on a mini time crunch for the fact that I don't have a way to heal. So let's go ahead and just toss as much as I can in. I'll toss my space credits into the ATM. I will deposit these. Okay. Deposit 338. There you go. Alright. I also need to be careful to make sure that there's no wolves, because those guys are vicious and somehow silent. Alright. I'll shove these into the cockpit here. Alright. So, I don't know how we're going to move that much steel plate in the slightest. Or the steel, the tubes. We have no clue how we're going to move all those. Can I only store one in? I can. Okay. So, some solar cells in there with them. Alright. This is gonna get dicey with how much stuff I'm moving. One crash and all of this goes bye-bye, too. I gotta keep that in mind. Alright. So I need to not super overload. But at the same time, I need to carry so much stuff. Alright. We'll take as many of these large steel tubes as I can, because the solar cells aren't exactly necessary. So much stuff still to grab. Whatever. Can I deconstruct any of my stuff? The tools? None of those give silver. Damn. I think I hear something in the grass. Oh, what's moving around out here? Please don't. Either I'm hearing things or something is really wrong. Okay. Let's pick up as many of those steel plates as I can, and then we're taking off. Alright, filled to the brim. Let's get out of here. So, activate the ship. Detach. And we're going. Alright. So now, we should have enough battery power to make it there. The problem is making sure we have enough battery power to get back. But if I can build a refinery out there, even just for a minute to go in and get it working on the silver, that might just change everything for this. And I can go in and make a respawn point down there. Just need to make sure that I don't crash with this payload here. And then pretty soon we'll be able to make ships that can go, you know, off into the sunset there. Wow, that is bright. Okay. Let's try not to fly into that. At least not yet. Alright. So, I think we should be fine getting down over here. But my next thing is going to be building a big truck, and by big I mean big, to look for ores. So, hopefully that turns out well. I've been doing a little bit of testing on building stuff in another world, because I don't want to use up all of this world's materials and then just be like, oh, where'd it go? And still not have anything to use here. Alright. Honestly, we probably didn't need to bring this many solar cells. It's not like we're going to be using solar power in this thing right now. Although I am probably going to try to build a ship, or the truck with solar power, so that way it can charge, you know, while we're sitting here at base. Then again, just making it powered by the base would also make sense. But then it's not gonna be able to go if it's, you know, disconnected from the base for a while, so I don't really know. Let's go on ahead. There's the base. We're slowing down. Slow down a little faster. Alright. Now that's done. I'm gonna come back over here so I have my little reticle lined up. And we start heading down. Alright. And brakes. So now that we've got all of this going, let's rotate over this way. Whoa. Jeez. Game froze for a second there. So let's try our best to put down that refinery. Because that is one thing we are desperately needing. Alright. We should have enough materials here in the storage bit, right? Alright. So let's get down here. And we're good. Alright. But now's when I wish that I made this thing solar. Or had some sort of solar panel. Why did I bring the cobalt? Am I an idiot? I probably shouldn't be answering that. But let's go ahead up here. Refinery. No. Refinery. Inset refill station. Ooh. That's fun. Oh, it needs superconductor? I don't even have any of that. Alright. Let's put down a refinery. Where are the openings on this thing? Right here to the side. Alright. This might be a bit much for now. But as long as it's connected to the base, it should have power. So I'm just going to set it here for now. So we can go on ahead, dump all the stuff we need to into it. So steel plates, we don't have nearly enough. Alright, construction comps, motors, metal grids. Construction comps, metal grids, motors, computers, need more metal grids. Toss all these in there, take out all these. Alright, let's see if we brought enough from the ship to do any of this. Or if I wasted all my space on friggin' useless crap. I think I just wasted all my space on useless crap. Oh no. Alright, power cell, comms device. Yeah, everything's just power cells and comm devices. I didn't grab any of the actual things we needed. Damn it. Well, I need to get this at least above some threshold. Alright. So we're missing 692 metal plates. Unfortunately, I don't know if we have that many back at home. That would be something I need to invest in. So let's start yoinking all this stuff to put into there. You know what? Can I build a rotor? It might be useful for now. Rotor. Alright. This will at least let us land here and charge. So, steel plates, construction comps. Okay. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of this for now. So I need those steel plates and stuff back. Yeah, as I thought. Alright. Kind of immediately fills up my inventory. Alright. That should be enough for now. I'll fix that up a little bit. But I need to put this somewhere. I'll just set it over here for now. So, I need steel plates. Yeah, this is a bad idea. But at least it'll let the ship charge a little bit. Actually, I could make a little bit of an outcropping here. Just to have the base have a little recharge dock for now. Alright. And this should mean that I don't have to worry about losing power for now. As long as I don't go wasting all my steel plates here. Alright. That should be good. Set up the rotor right there without the top. So let me get rid of that rotor part. Alright. So I need construction comp, large metal tubes. I'll dump the rest of these into there. Alright. Construction comps. Steel tubes. Thought I heard something moving. Motors and computers. Alright. Motors, computers. Get those lined up. Alright. So now we have a place to land. So now if I go on ahead, set the rotor to where? Huh. I guess I can't set it to a custom location, huh? Alright. But this, we can now use the power being generated to refuel, which is going to help immensely in this drive. Alright. Let's get this thing parked up. If I could see a damn thing, that'd be great. Alright. So, there's the nubbin. We need to move back and to the side. Alright. And that should be connectable. Alright. And so now I should be able to go on ahead and say rotor attach. Alright. And so now I can set this to off, set this to recharge. And this should be good in 8 minutes. Ah, nice. And then that battery over there will last for how long? Fully depleted in an hour. Alright. Looks like we're good. And if I make a button here, then I can go on ahead and make that a little bit re-accessible there. So let me turn off that. And this should be ready very shortly. Right? 7 minutes. Yeah, we're good. Alright. With that time, I can go on ahead and re-put all the parts into this. Construction comp, steel tubes. Alright. Let me pack those back, get these out here. Alright. Motors, chunk, grids, and computers. Alright. And computers. There we go. Alright. So now, get this up to where it was. And put that down for something I need to build later. Whoops. Alright. So I can remove this, that, this, that. Alright. I need 907 steel plates. Youch. Alright. But this does mean that we're making some progress, which is great. And the medical room is needing how many medical? 15? Oh wait, but those are all in the last slot. Hold on. Can I make this? Oh wait, no, I was looking at this medical room. Alright. But wait, still, I might be able to make this. Hold the phone. Let's again deconstruct this. God, this is a mess. Yeah. This is a mess, but at least we're not losing anything to this. I'm gonna make sure that I don't eat those words by having my inventory too full. Alright. Let us build out a little bit. I need a few more steel plates. And I need interior plates for this. So, get to go ahead, build out a little bit here. I'll build out a little bit here just so we can finish off that. But get these constructed a bit. And once I get all this set up, I might even be able to go in and deconstruct the respawn pod, because it's not like we're going to need it anymore. Got a working base and all that. Yeah, I know you're back there thumping away. Up here. Alright. So if I get out the medical room, swap out the refinery. Alright. So we need interior plates. Ooh. I'll set it down. Where should I put it? Right here should be good for now. So I need interior plates, yep. Alright. I know I don't have enough interior plates for this, but at least it's getting somewhere. Oh wait, it doesn't have a functional... Oh wait, no, it does have a functional level. But it does need 15 medical comps. Jeez. That's getting out there. Okay. Looks like the interior plating is the only one that isn't necessary, so we desperately need a source of more silver ASAP. That's why making the truck is going to be something that I need to do ASAP. Alright, how are we looking up here? Battery recharged in 3? Alright, I'll go on ahead and let this recharge and I'll end this video off here. I'll probably try to get some more stuff moved over, and I'm actually going to come over here for a second to refill my my bottle. No, not there. I want... Where was it? O2 generator. Where is... Small hydrogen tank. Alright, so now I go over to the hydrogen tank on the thing and refill bottles. Alright. So now I've got my refill on hydrogen. Hell yeah. Alright. And on that note, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this episode of Space Engineers. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.